All right, we're gonna bring up Idalise and Sean, and you guys we'll all ask questions of them, because I know Mike had a good question, Idalise, about how you do this with no money. So far away, guys. So Mike had a question about how to buy properties with no money.
Yeah, so like when you cold call sellers, where are you finding the sellers? Are you offering them cash as if you're gonna buy the house? And what happens if you don't have money? How does that work?
Yeah, so when I tell you guys to not get stuck in the small pieces of the puzzle, because a lot of people get stuck in that and then don't take the next step. So the cash offer is just a hook to get them interested in the conversation. So if it is a deal that makes sense, you put it under contract, you find a buyer, and you assign it. It's wholesaling, basically. So even if you don't have the money, another investor has the money. And then another part of this game is building relationships with investors like Sean that are looking for deals, like me. Daniel's actually looking to buy properties as well. So you have to find the deal and then the investor. But the reality is, if the deal is there, the investors will come, because you could reach out to 5 people in your network right now, and if it's a good deal, they'll be like, yes, I'll buy it. So there's always people looking for deals. What you have to get good at is finding those sellers and putting good deals together and knowing what the right price is that an investor would be willing to buy it at and how much money you want to make on the deal. So that's what I teach. Fidel's part of my community. On Fridays, we underwrite deals and we talk about like what an investor is looking for, what's a good return, where you need to pick it up at in order for an investor to buy it. So that's one strategy, wholesaling. The other strategy is if you want to fix and flip it, there's hard money lenders that'll lend you the money to buy the deal, and then there's all private capital. So hard money lenders is institutional money. It's like companies that this is what they do. They lend money for you to fix up the property and resell it, but it's a short-term thing. In a year, sometimes a little bit longer, but usually a year, you're in and out, you sell the property, you pay them back, and you put it on the market, you make money. There's hard money lenders. And then there's private money, which private money, guys, is the best thing ever. Because the hard money lender, it's a business, so they're going to charge you points, there's an interest rate, a lot of times there's a down payment that they're going to ask for. But private money, it's me coming to you and saying, hey, you've got money sitting in the bank not doing anything, I've got this deal, what if I can make you make money on your money instead of having it sit in the bank? It's a guaranteed return, it's backed by this asset, which is real estate, and it's a property that's under market value. So I can guarantee you, if you start reaching out to people, there's like 15 people in your phone right now that have money just sitting there and don't know what to do with it. So private money, hard money, wholesale. Those are 3 ways.
Yeah, so wholesaling, you don't need any money.
Yeah.
You're basically locking up the property and then going to find a buyer to buy it. So you have to lock it.
Property first, not an investor. Like
No.
it's better to
Find the property first.
Yeah, one example is like, let's say we find this venue right here. Like, let's say we find this venue right here, right, and it's 500,000, but we know it's 3 million. Like, we're gonna find the money. So the money's not the hard part. The hard part is finding the deal.
Yeah. Sean will buy your deal.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll get you the 500,000 tomorrow from this place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
And then it's rinse and repeat, and rinse and repeat, and rinse and repeat.
I have a question regarding Novation. I'm not a real estate agent, so I'm learning the terms. We're looking to invest in properties. So I have a dealership. We're looking to buy dealerships, commercial property. We came across someone that owns a place similar to this. It's like he has these exotic cars, and he's looking to sell it for $2 million. Doesn't care how much money on top. Just wants to make sure he houses his $2 million. Is there a way where we could connect, where we could sell it for more, and I'd be a part of that?
Yeah, you could assign that, yeah. It works the same for commercial.
Does this work?
Yeah, absolutely. It works the same for commercial, because you can put a property under contract. You just have to make sure that your contract allows you to assign the contract to another person. And then let's say someone's willing to buy it at $3 million, you can make $1 million. Like commercial, this is all like residential space, but in the commercial space, you can make a lot more money. Like I know people that have made seven
Yeah.
figures off of one deal in the commercial space.
It's less regulated.
Yeah.
You have more freedom to do different, get more creative in commercial than in residential.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that in certain states it's allowed, certain states
Yeah.
are not. And so this is what I'm talking about, is particularly in Jersey. Is that something that?
You can wholesale in Jersey, I believe. I don't know, if in PA you have to be licensed, right, to wholesale?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are certain states where it's regulated, but the regulation is just, they just want wholesalers to be licensed, so you just get your license. And then you have to run it through like a licensed broker. So PA, I think there's, God, I think Chicago as well. Like, but New Jersey, you can
Yeah.
wholesale, it's not a problem,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm in Jersey, you don't need to, you can wholesale, no problem.
And for commercial too, like seller finance and things like that, creative financing is a lot more known in the commercial space. So if you're looking to buy businesses, you could come to the seller and be like, hey, would you do seller finance, and set up the terms? And they're a lot more flexible, because in the commercial space, they understand seller finance. So like, give you an idea, let's say you need to put 100 down on a, 200 down on a $2 million project. You could actually either have a partner come in and put that 200 and create a partnership to buy that business, or you could just tell them, hey, give me the 200, I'll give you X return. So it depends how you want to structure it, but you could get really strategic with it in the commercial space.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So when you do a wholesale, you usually have a day for closing too, right? So what's the time frame for that? You have to put a time frame that will give you time to look for the cash buyer.
Exactly,
And then when it comes to the earnest deposit money, you also have to do that because you're going on the contract. How do you determine what to put?
It depends on the, like, who's on the other side and where you're doing business. Like in Florida, we put very small escrows, like 500 to 1,000, when we're going direct to seller, because you're dealing with the seller directly. There's no realtor involved. It's not an attorney state like New Jersey, so it's a lot easier to get away with those. In attorney states like New Jersey, we put like 2,500 to, you know, because you've got to go through an attorney. But if you're dealing with a realtor, because we also pick up deals with realtors on the MLS, the strategy is different because there's a realtor involved. So we'll usually put like 1,000 to 2,000 up front, and then X amount after the inspection period, like an extra 3 after the inspection period. Yeah, so it depends. But with sellers, direct to sellers, sellers don't care about your escrow. It's only the realtors that care. Yeah. So as much as low as you can get away with, because if you're doing like 10, 15 properties, your money is in 15 deals until they close. So I would try to go as low as possible.
and a lot of times, guys, realtors don't understand this space at all, so they can be a roadblock. I mean, you want to speak on that?
Not you guys.
But I know that it's happened. Like,
Yeah.
if they don't understand the creative space, it's human nature. If you don't understand something, the answer is going to be no. That's what we do. So
We
it's
had an
a hurdle.
experience with your seller, and they were super happy, the one that we wholesaled that.
Yes. Yeah, which one are we talking about? Teaneck? Teaneck, yes. So we both did a deal together. I had sellers that they were very elderly, and the property that they lived in needed a ton of work, and a lot of the work that it needed required permits. And at the time, one of them was in the hospital. It was two elderly women. They're like my grandmothers. I love them dearly. And recently, one of them, actually, the one that was in the hospital, actually passed away. But prior to this, we closed the deal first, and I gave them both options. I said, we can go on the open market, but we're not going to be able to get a CO on a smoke start because the city isn't going to approve. You know, we need a roof. You have an underground oil tank. There were a bunch of other things going on. So I gave them one number and another number. This number, the money will be in your pocket in 25 days. This one, we're going to have to wait. You're going to need to be at the property to oversee all of these repairs while they go on. They couldn't get out of their mouth fast enough. Let's just take the cash off. We did. I partnered with Idlease, and it was probably, 25 days, something like that? Yeah. Properties, and it was a $44,000 spread.
Yeah.
Instead of, a traditional, whatever it is, 3-4% listing. So, but just to know that we were able to do that, just to have the knowledge of being able to, I didn't, again, guys, I'll reiterate this. I only learned this year. I did not know this in 2024 and before, and I've been in the industry 30 years. So I don't know. So what did I say? Well, I'm just gonna partner with her and we're gonna work together on it. And we did. It's easy.
Do you still like traditionally do like the contracts, like seller disclosure forms and all that stuff?
No. You can talk on
Well,
contracts.
investors don't really care.
Yeah.
You can, but investors don't really care. It's
They don't
more
care.
of like.
As is
advice.
purchases.
Do you need like an attorney or anything? Or?
Yeah, everything
Yes.
in Jersey.
In
is-
Jersey, you do.
Not in Pennsylvania.
Not in
And
Jersey.
even though I'm at like a separate brokerage, like would we still be able to do deals?
Oh, absolutely.
Sure.
I do joint venture deals nationwide with all types of agents. Yeah, so if you guys have a deal, we could get started that way. I can help you guys structure it, find a buyer. And I've done deals all over the US.
Alright.
Yeah.
You guys are on
If
Instagram?
you're, what's that?
Instagram, you guys have Instagram and stuff?
Yeah.
The whole thing, right? Yeah.
Oh, damn, my Instagram was in my little photo too.
Yeah, I'll give you my info.
All right.
We go.
Yeah, and you can do this stuff nationwide, guys. Like, I know some people that do really well where they find a market. Maybe in your market, it's too competitive or you feel like there's no opportunities for you to pull. You could also find a more affordable market and do this virtually. I do a lot of stuff over the phone. Like, there's no limit to what you can do. From like a building a portfolio standpoint, I wouldn't buy properties in New Jersey personally, just because of, it's not like a landlord-friendly
Yes.
area.
Yeah.
So like, whatever, buy in Florida, and you can do it in Florida, buy in other areas.
Yeah, if you, and it's a good point. I don't own, I'm in Jersey, and I don't own property in Jersey. I did, but I got out of it. It is very, very tenant friendly. So if you have problems with tenants, it's not, this isn't, and I will say that it's because it's factual. Most blue states are more tenant friendly than landlord friendly. So if you go into the south, those are better places to invest in.
Yeah, and it's more affordable too, because it,
That's true as well, yeah.
Pennsylvania is
But I was
very
listening to
landlord friendly.
yeah?
Yeah,
Yes.
Buy in PA, guys,
Yeah.
yeah. And PA is a good price range, so,
Yeah.
and it's right there, yeah.
yeah. So I'm leaning on these two to help me build my portfolio because I know Jersey like the back of my hand, but I'm not buying it. So,
Yeah.
Hey, this question is for Sean.
Sure.
You've done wholesale deals, right?
Wholesale? No, I haven't wholesaled it. What I do is more fix and flips and buy and hold. Like the bird method where we hold it and then we cash flow monthly the properties and we rent them
I
out.
like to do more wholesale deals. I get the deals, because I have clients that ask me to look for deals for them. They
Yeah.
haven't been able to find those deals.
Yeah,
so
now that
you would
you're-
want to talk to her. I'd at least be the one you want to talk to.
Yeah, now that you're partnering with us.
The paperwork was the problem. I didn't know how to go about the signing and all that stuff, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that you're partnered up with us at EXP, like you have access to all of us.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, guys, just so you know, Idalise has a huge community that she, founded, and every Friday she does calls, but to join her community, I'm gonna be joining her community. She's gonna walk you step by step on how to do all of this. So you guys, by the time, what's now, October of 2026, you'll have properties.
Crushing it,
You will own. So
crushing it.
I would highly recommend joining her community.
Yeah, it's just awareness, like it starts with awareness around the possibilities, like you see guys like Sean doing it,
Yeah.
first is the awareness piece, then it's starting to take some actionable steps, and then it's having some guidance and support. So when you're having those roadblocks, if I don't know where the deals are and you're implementing, you have someone that can show you the way, instead of you trying to figure out everything by yourself, like just have someone show you the way. Like me and Daniel, we coached with Aaron Novello in our organization for a really long time. We paid him a ton of money, but it helped us make so much more money. So education is really important because you can skip the learning curve and get there faster. So yeah,
Look at it like you're investing in yourself.
yeah.
There's no
Mr.
better
Red, any
return.
questions?
Well, I would say observation, right? Community is everything. So the information that's being shared in here today, I think the most important thing is that everyone here came together and you come together and lean on each other and just create a mastermind group, which I really applaud you guys for creating that. And the fact that you have someone here who's representing on a national level, that's so powerful because most people, they only do what's around them. And these guys right now
the way you guys go about it. So the best thing to do is change contacts and start having conversations. Join the Friday night, because you're also gonna meet people from all around the country, and then start learning about other markets. If they're doing everything virtually, and you're gonna have to show up physically, that's just so powerful, right? And share the leads amongst each other. Like, if you don't know how to do something, cut people in on the deal, because ultimately they'll run you through it. But at the same time, wherever you start off small, if you're doing, $200,000 to $500,000 deals, as a community in the future, you could do like a $10 to $20 million deal if you consistently stay together. That's what I say.
Yeah. And there's the private money piece, guys. That's one thing that I'm going to be heavily talking about in my community as we transition into 2026, because that's where real wealth comes in, through raising the capital, either keeping the properties like what Sean is doing, or like these creative deals. You're raising the money for the down payments and all this. You could really build something if you leverage other people. You could do a lot more through others. I'm a big like hustle grinder, cold caller, like Tanya can tell you. But what the lesson I had to learn this year by joining EXP and partnering with other people is that you can do so much more through others than just you, yourself, and your business. So once you learn this stuff, you can help other people. It's really impactful for me to be able to help other people get their first deals, and you guys can do that for other people as well.
What I was gonna ask was, to scale that virtual side of it and being able to tap into different states, do you need to be like, your license has to be reciprocal to that, or can you just go ahead, because you wanna have the same resources in the sense of like MLS, let's say somebody else, how do you go about that?
Yeah, well, investors, like, we have access to other platforms that give you access to MLS data, like PropStream is one of them, so you don't really need to. If you are gonna wholesale, just check the state regulations, because it is getting regulated. That's the only thing, like NPA, you would need to be licensed or partner with an agent. But like Florida, you don't need to, New Jersey, you don't need to, so that's the only thing. But you could get access to data nationwide now, the information's out there. Yeah. Just pay for a program that offers it. It's like $60 a month. So.
Yeah, and I'll give you guys a quick example of what not to do. So I had a property that it was cash offer. She raised her hand. I'm speaking to her, and in pre-qualifying her, I got what she was looking for, and she agreed on, this was the one that we're doing, or you're trying to contact. She said, I want it to be 50. And in me drilling down, 300, we agreed on. And there's a lot of meat on that bone in this area in Hudson County at 300,000. So I sent the contract out to her, and it was one that myself and one of my attorneys drew, and it was mimicking ILA leases. But there was a couple clauses that were out, and we had to put them in. I didn't know that. So when we agreed on the number, they were ready to go. Like, okay, let's close this in 20, 25 days. And there was at least 75 to 100,000 on the bone there for me to wholesale and assign it. But I had to put the one clause in. I put it in, resent the contract to her. Then she didn't like that. Then there was another clause that I had to put in with environmental oil. I think it was oil tank. I sent it back to her. The moral of it is she backs out and says, I'm just going to keep it. Now immediately I know she's not going to keep it. She needs to sell it, wants to sell it. But because I didn't know, it's going to cost me now that deal. So what I'm going to do, what I did was I passed it off and said, see if you can get her back. So now they're trying to contact her. But my ignorance in this whole field cost me that. So I share that to say, don't do what I just did. Partner with, get in her community. If you have somebody else that you know, it doesn't matter who it is, just get in proximity to people that are doing what you want to do and beyond. And if they have a fee, pay it, because it's going to pay you back in spades. So you don't lose a deal that had $100,000 on the bone there. Okay?
Let's crush it. And the reality of the market right now is that as things get tight, this is your time to come in and buy properties. That's just Sean's seeing it. Because sellers are more flexible, they're more open. You just have to find creative ways to get deals done, raise capital, do all these things. Because you could really build your portfolio. That seller finance deal that we got, 0% interest, 2 years ago, he would have been like, screw you guys. But because the property is sitting on the market, realtors could give you guys deals that have listings that are not moving, You could talk to sellers and they're gonna be a lot more flexible to all this stuff. So like this information going into 2026, as things continue to tighten up, this is the time, like we are back into like
Yeah.
really, really rough times
Yeah.
where people are more open to these conversations. So you just gotta be strategic and buy properties and do deals now.
Identify those pain points.
Yeah.
What is the seller pain point? Once you identify that, that's where you can really kind of hit it and figure it out. So you get those deals going.
And it's fun, because like, we've really helped these sellers out. I've never done a deal with a seller that's like, you guys took all my money. Like, grannies and grandpas, they know how much their house is worth, because guess what? They're not doing anything, they're just sitting at home, going on Zillow and checking how much their house is worth.
Yeah.
So if the grandparents, the grannies and the grandmas, like, they're the ones that really know what their house is worth.
Yeah.
You don't take advantage of anybody. When someone wants to sell to an investor, they will. When someone wants to list, they will. You're just there to provide them different options. So you're gonna get the deal no matter what happens, but you never take advantage of anyone. Like, investing is just like any other business. Some of us buy at discount, some of us buy expensive stuff. That's just the same thing.
Yep.
It's true. Appreciate you guys.
What other questions you got?
Any other questions?
Yeah.
I'll have you guys walk out with some actionable steps. So if you are licensed, take just one thing that I talked about and implement it in your business in the next 30, 60, 90 days. I'm here to support you guys. I do joint venture deals. So if you guys submitted your information, any deals you guys want to partner with, commercial, residential, I can help you guys with. If you want to be part of my community, that's fine too. Whatever you guys need, if you just want to ask me a question, like, I don't charge for questions. But take one thing and implement it in your business. One thing, if you just add one thing every 30, 60, 90 days, exponentially your business could grow so much in a year and 6 months, one step at a time.
Awesome.
Yay!
Thank you guys.
Yeah.